Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Carter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Who is J. Hartford? Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, was that name back? In the orbit? J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my Gran's name. Juniper Hartford. Fake name. Maybe there are 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. So Gran died 8 years ago. Dad died 6 years ago. Then a little after that, Mom disappeared and Gran shows up. I'm so 100% certain Gran is Mom. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright gang, I got a close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa is gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. Okay, right, so this is the day that we spent sulking, or that Lucas spent sulking in his room in the other timeline. If your Gran is 6 feet under, 2 towns over, and you give her 3 of your apples, how many apples do you have left? Oh my god. Math these days. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Oh, he gone. Oh, no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
How could she have missed it? Yeah. What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
A little sound. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nung. Oh no, that was the worst one to eat, dude. Oh, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. Well, she would have found him, woken him up. He apparently didn't see who interrogated him. Don't know if he made the right connection. But it's still possible she only knows someone captured him and asked him questions, but not sure who. But she, honestly, that might have concluded it was the kids. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran, I think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Before I go to sleep, getting some training in. Like, why the fuck is that down there? Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
You shouldn't have eaten that jam.
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The jam. Just like I said, that was the worst jar to pick. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Okay, you put us into bed. Rest now, let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
Well, she didn't drug you. She put drugs into the jam labeled for Mr. Nuncreed. Why did you have to fucking eat that?
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
because he's probably in deep shit and she tried to drug him so he's unconscious and she can get him out of the way.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Lucas snapped back to the matter at hand.
To be fair, doesn't know about Nuncrete. Alright, the festival. Okay. Wait. What timeline are we in? Okay, we go and investigate the warehouse alone. Then we struggled against presumably Nuncrete in the hazmat suit. Escape. Spent the following day delivering jam to 3 people, one of them Nuncrete. We are told to do Nuncrete last. I really want to go back and do him first just to see if that really does anything. Then we meet back, get talked into having dinner at her place. We leave with her to the treehouse. Rollback and us become friends. We talk about. We also see Gran and the heiress. We talk about all the things we've seen. Investigate the cellar and interrogate. I mean, yeah, of course, in every scenario where Luca blatantly knows that Nuncrete is dangerous, we had the story end. Like here, when you make it a story of change, the story ends. And up here it also ends with shame. Question is that enough to... So, I mean, it's... Of course, it doesn't know directly about Nuncrete being dangerous, but there's still a lot going on regarding him that is creepy, that is suspicious. That is, you know, go to him last, make sure everyone gets their jars as they're labeled. Alright, the festival. Just looking around, seeing if I can interact with anything. Gran still left the door open. Okay, that is weird. Why is that still open? Of course, Gran like, okay, he's obviously found it. He knows it. Who cares? Fuck it. Oh, I'm so happy to be in the lane break. The deer stalker again. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncrete. Put me to sleep. Whoa. Ho, ho. Sly devil. Ooh. Sly. I think she's trying to move him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. Now he is, because he didn't get the jam that's supposed to put him to sleep. Because we ate it? What speech? Major Gus just got up on the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Please let me lean on the railing, please. Is this thing... Yeah, it's on. Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Yes. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right. Where was
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it from Mayor. What a great turnout. Oh, heck, I didn't prepare anything. Liar. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Didn't prepare anything, my shit. Like, how can someone be so full of bullshit? Like, he's so full of bullshit, it should be flowing out his ears. Music? Community, conviction, commitment. What's that? All dictionary entries starting with C? These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I'm dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever. Youth conspiracy theory. What are the odds? I mean, we've seen. Yes, I'm giving him the middle finger, and I will continue to do so. Now, Mr. Kerr. We have our theory that Gran is actually Luca's mom, just aged by the strange green hazardous glowing liquid. But you know, a substance that can age someone could also be made in such a way, in theory, that it would be de-aging. I know that's stupid. Could that be? I'm trying to thinking about if it would be possible that Mr. Kerr is actually a rejuvenated Sharper Valentine. We'll see.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment. Change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the fall harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was
The
that?
crowd began to look around nervously.
The big freeze. Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. Someone's touching the watermelon again. Not me. 1 hour reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it's with a happy heart that I can proclaim...
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
And the big freeze. Our harvest awaits!
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
Should have stayed in the cellar.
Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
No, we still have a couple of options we can try. Chill.
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Don't worry, we will. Ooh, we can be the sly detective now. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have two more options here still, being the chill detective or the sly detective, but let's maybe try flight here first.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Okay, just to catch everyone up to speed. This is the scenario where we investigate the warehouse with Rolo together. The next day, Rolo disappeared. We keep the whole the next day. Everyone is panicky looking for him. We are too. And we meet Beck, or we become friends with Beck. We go into the woods together, in the wood, looking for Rolla because that's the last time we saw him. We go deep into the woods to the place with the tree trunk. We have a puddle of the green liquid, and we push Iggy into it when it comes to confrontation. On our way out of the woods, we have Mr. Kerr telling us that Rollo showed up and is at home chilling, which is of course a fucking lie because he's full of shit. And then we wake up, we go home. After that, we go home, we fall asleep, and wake up to the walkie-talkie which we have, sending Morse code again. Morse code that spells danger, and we also catch a signal from Rollo, who has the other walkie-talkie, trying to warn us to actually not go to the treehouse, but we misunderstand them because there's a lot of interference and read it as, hey, go to the treehouse because we have an antenna there and we can get a better signal with it. Circumstances are that Iggy is also hiding in the treehouse because of his mutation that he got from touching the green liquid. The clipboards are now hunting him. Alright, just for catching everyone up to speed, that's the timeline we're in.
He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.